Hey, my name is Null Void. I'm here to talk about the new single, Take It Easy, that Robbie from the Big Pink and I came up with. The idea started with him singing one note into my sampler of choice, Native Instruments Machine, and we just screwed around, and he actually came up with this little robotic melody. You can hear. And it was really charming. And that was the basis of the song, this one. It's just na na na, this melody with a little delay on it. Then it goes to the chord changes. Very simple. The next thing when we built the song was we needed a bass line, so just came up, which under this melody, this actually shapes the chord. So I just played some electric bass on my trusted old 70s Music Man. Sloppy with a little side chaining because the kick drums are so huge. That was it, just straight into the preamp, a little tube preamp, a little compressor, and a slight little bit of a Dimension C. That's like my secret weapon on bass, it seems. I don't have a Dimension D, which is a big rack unit, but the C sounds quite great on bass. Then we moved on to drums, if I remember correctly, and I was really into the Native Instruments Machine synth drums that had just come out at that time. And it's just great. It's basically oscillators, which you can tune, and you can assign envelopes to the pitch, so you can, and how long it holds it, and you can give attack, different kinds of attack. You can put a filter, overdrive it, it's great. Massive low end, but it was very chunky, so it was so chunky that the bass had to be thin. That's why when you hear the electric bass, I play really close to the bridge, and yeah, I don't dig in too much and keep it quite light, so it doesn't get in the way of the kick drum. And I normally make a copy of the main kick drum, and I make a little variation of it, maybe with a longer tail. This one has a longer tail than this one, so it's just boo, boo, boo. Quite simple, but makes a big difference to not have the same kick drum throughout the song. And then we have this. Let's move on to the chorus. There was this beautiful synth line. That's my Prophet 5 over here that I love. And the trick is with this one is, it sounds quite dirty already, but I like slightly unstable synth sound. So I assign that the noise and the quite a fast LFO, low frequency oscillator, is disturbing the pitch of oscillator A and also the cutoff of the filter, which then sounds super dirty. You hear? And that goes to my little spring reverb of the EMS Synthy. Then it's much nicer. It's really beautiful. I think it's the most melancholy sounding spring reverb I have. Yeah. And then there's also a synth bass, which just helps a little bit in the chorus to lift it. And as you can hear, it goes always in between the kick drums, because the kick drums are so big that this .com modular has a massive sound. It would not, it would be too much. It would be very easy to overdo the low end. So the way I came up with the part, just between the kick drums, which I often do, so it's easier to mix. And yeah, and all the MIDI, I just make MIDI tracks. I made them in Maschine. It's great with hardware. I program it in here, and that gets sent through my little Eurorack modular, where it gets converted from MIDI to CVN gate. Up here, the Yarns mutable instruments, my favorite, and goes through the .com, and that's it. Then I record it back into my computer. So that's, and the vocals, of course, we have to talk about, very important. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's 3 vocals in the chorus, yep. One in the middle. It's a price I can pay. And 2 on the side, slightly, you know, nice doubles, quite close. And with a little effect vocal. A part I took, and I just, it's another trick. I take all the plosives out, STs, Ps, and make a new little file and put that through effects. So it makes a nice little ghost in the background. You can hear. Very beautiful. It's a price I can pay. And the verse vocals little rock snakes and are very dry to borrow, except to keep them silent can be hard to swallow. They try and take heavily compressed. I might have overdone it a little, but you know, heat of the moment. And there's a slapback echo on it. I use this chorus echo, the 501 Roland. It's similar to Space Echo, but it has a fantastic chorus built in. And I use that on every singer that I work with, because the slapback is very dark. It's a tape. For those of you who don't know tape echoes, it's a tape loop, and it makes a little echo, but every time it's just darker and a little dirtier than digital. And it has a great spring reverb in it, so that's the only effect on Robbie. And that's it. That's the song. I hope you liked it.